So my first documentary channel turned 18 today. And for nearly 2 decades, I've been a filmmaker, an explorer, and a creator on this platform. But, if I'm honest, it's been in a way that's been a little bit sort of piecemeal. And, when the platform came along, I was excited to have a way to share my films on the internet. But I wasn't being deliberate, and I would just post things, and sometimes I'd get views, sometimes I wouldn't. It wasn't very focused or deliberate. And, today I'm really thinking about this channel and how I want it to serve, and how moving forward things can be much more specific and deliberate. And so I actually downloaded the scripts for my last 20 episodes, and I really thought about what I've been saying and how I can improve that, and looking at how I've been showing up and actually realizing how much I can up my game. Because, the old YouTube for me was about, building a platform to show off my documentary filmmaking and, flexing my muscles about the kind of material that excited me. And there's merit in that. But what I want to do here, and what I believe the new YouTube is about, is something much more powerful. And that is purpose. When I started my channel 18 years ago, it was a totally different world. It was a place for filmmakers to experiment. And in those early years, I was more focused on my filmmaking craft, the right lenses, getting festival awards, working for important brands or, television stations or whatever it was. And I was just trying to sort of combine all my stuff to be this sort of one-stop shop for everything I did on that channel. And it really didn't work. But, I've realized that being a filmmaker for over 20 years now doesn't automatically make you a creator. In those early years, the goal was often more about look at the films I've made, look at where I've been. It was kind of like a portfolio. And as I studied the 20 episodes on this channel today, the shift became really clear. I've realized that the most impactful work I can do isn't just sharing my wisdom, it's actually getting really clear on how I can be of service to you. And I really feel like there's a huge opportunity for creators right now who aren't trying to be these viral sensations, but who are committed to a very clear purpose. And so, for me, moving from look at me to how can I serve you, everything changes, because your authenticity doesn't come from your resume anymore. It comes from your mission, and it comes from your service. And for me, looking at both the 18 years on YouTube with my documentaries and then hitting this 20 episode milestone on this channel, I'm just not wanting to be another noisy flood of content. I'm really wanting to be a human voice that's really clear and defined in what I want to say, and I want to serve that to you, so that, the depth of how I'm delivering to you can be really effective, and then also how what I teach can serve you in the most impactful way. So it's really about service over ego. If the video doesn't help your viewer solve a problem or find their voice, it's just noise. And we all know there is just so much noise out there right now. So it's really about getting to the power of specificity. And I used to think I could do everything. And now that I know getting more specific with my niche is the only way to meet the potential that the algorithm offers, because if I'm clear on my purpose and I'm delivering that to my niche, inevitably you guys are going to find me, because it's going to meet you in the ways that you want to be met. And for me, having a clear purpose allows me to be more effective, and it also means I can spend less time trying to be interesting and more time delivering value, which is ultimately what we all want, right? We want value. The world is so full. We want to be able to get to the thing we need to get to so that we can move forward and get on with our day. And so for me, it's about finding the why. If you've been feeling stuck, I really want you to do this today. Audit your recent work. Look back, examine what you've been talking about, what you've been saying, and really ask the hard questions. Is this video about my past, or is it about my future audience? Because I can see how I was just kind of overly talking to you guys about what I'd done and getting distracted by that in delivering a message about how I can serve. So define the transformation. What is the one thing you want your viewer to feel or to know after they watch your video? And then really it comes down to trusting your voice. For me, I'm really trying to be focused on being myself, not trying to act like anyone else, not trying to imitate what I've seen that I think's being successful, but just to try and express and communicate to you in a very specific way, the way I see the world, because it only matters if you are able to really express yourself from that place of how to help someone else. So it's taken me 18 years to realize the most authentic thing I can do is to be useful. And, I'm more motivated today than I was on day one, because the path is just so much clearer now that I can see how I can serve. And so if you are one of the very unlikely people who have been on the journey of YouTube with me for the past 18 years, then thank you. Or even if you've just seen a couple of my last 20 episodes on this channel. And, I'd really love to hear from you. What is at the core of your purpose that is driving your work right now? So please leave a comment in the chat if you have something to share on that. I'm Darius, and let's try keep building something that matters. I'll see you in the next one.